The reason why we called you out here this afternoon is that since January 1st of this year, we've already run on 15 drowning incidents within Travis County. And of those 15, 3 of them have been fatal, which surpasses our total numbers from last year. We had 1 last year in Travis County, and we're barely starting to enter into the summer season. So it's important that we carry this message. We've got members representing from Travis County Sheriff's Office, Austin Fire Department, Austin Police Department, Austin Travis County EMS, as a show of unity for this very important message. So we'll have 3 speakers for you this afternoon. First one will be Captain Randy Shabra, and he'll spell his name when you get all the mics on him. And he will be speaking to general awareness and safety and all those things that we need to know as adults, as parents, as citizens. How do we keep our children safe? Because these are preventable deaths, and that's the message we want you to carry away. If anything, is that these are preventable. The other thing that we want to discuss, we'll have Battalion Chief Josh Porche, and he'll speak to some prevention from Austin Fire Department and what they do in order to help to mitigate these incidents. And then we'll have a representative from Collins Hope, Alyssa Magram, and she'll speak to some state statistics of what we're seeing around the state annually from last year and currently this year. All right, and then we'll open up to questions at the end.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here today, and I wish we were here under better circumstances. Like Commander Benavides previously stated, in the last 4 weeks, Austin Travis County EMS and partnering public safety agencies have responded to 3 fatal drownings here in Travis County. Within the last 36 hours, we had a 4th drowning of a 5-year-old who's currently in the intensive care unit over at Dell Children's Medical Center. In all the calendar year of 2018 in Travis County, we only had 1 fatal drowning of a child here in Travis County. And so that's what brings us here today, these unprecedented numbers, and how we want to get this message out to our community, so how together we can be safe and keep our children safe as we approach summer months. Now kids are out for summer break. The first thing we want our community to know is that drowning is silent. Right? It's not what we might think or see on TV. When a child gets in trouble in the water, their instinction is to try and keep their nose and mouth above the surface. They were trying to get air into their lungs. They're not trying to get words out. So a child who panics or gets in trouble in the water is not going to scream for help. They're also not going to splash around. Typically, they keep their hands below the surface of the water, doing some kind of swim stroke to try and keep their nose and mouth above the surface. When we look at the demographics of kids who mostly drown, they're typically between the age of 1 and 4. This demographic now is more mobile, yet they don't understand the hazards associated with water. When they fall in the water, they don't have the ability to self-rescue, and that's why they're so dangerous. When they're around water, or where we see the most drownings, is in this age demographic, age 1 through 4. We also realize that drownings don't discriminate. It's not a certain culture or socioeconomic class that these affect. Drownings can happen to anyone, and the thing is that drownings are completely preventable. It's not also just pools. While yes, we've had drownings in backyard pools, we've had drownings in hotel pools, in community pools, in apartment pools. We've also had drownings in bathtubs and in kiddie pools. Buckets can be a problem, even large bodies of water like our lakes. So what we want families to know is what we talk about as the Safer 3 approach. It's safer water, safer kids, and a safer response. When we talk about safer water, the things that we want to talk about are the barriers of protection. Some of those barriers of protection are things like isolation fences, alarms, or even covers that can cover pools or spas that prevent children from falling in. That combination of barriers of prevention will help reduce the potential of a child having a drowning. When we think of safer kids, the first thing that comes to mind is swim lessons. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that any child, by their 4th birthday, have swim lessons. But swim lessons alone is not going to keep a young child safe. They need adult supervision. Young children should never be swimming alone in a pool. And when we talk about supervision, what we want is a water guardian. That's an adult that's dedicated to watching the child or children while in the water. That adult should be within arm's reach of a child or the children, so that way if they get in trouble, they will know and they can respond appropriately. We also want these young children to be wearing flotation. When we talk about flotation, we want Coast Guard approved flotation. It's this combination that are going to keep the children safe these summer months and in the water. When we talk about a safer response, we're talking about families when they go out to a pool, or anytime they're around water, they should have a plan. They should understand the safety mechanisms that are around them, whether that be a life ring, a flotation device, or even a shepherd's hook that they can use if there was to be an emergency, and so they can extricate whoever it is that's having the issue. We also want caregivers and families to be CPR trained. We know that if an emergency is to occur and someone is to drown and go into cardiac arrest, that person who's in cardiac arrest, if they were to receive bystander CPR within the first 5 minutes of that arrest, they have a 300% greater likelihood of having a positive outcome. It's that combination that we need our community to understand. Understand that if you're a caregiver and you have a young child and you are around the body of water, you are at risk of having a drowning. And understand these safety tips that we've provided, and so that way you can help us to prevent future drownings that eliminate these tragedies that are occurring that, like Commander Benavides said, are 100% preventable.